The story kicks off on a planet called Samaras, where a girl named Navine is standing on a beach, learning how to whistle by putting her fingers in her mouth. Her parents, Mills and Alia, are watching her with big smiles. Just then, Mills tells his wife that he has to go on a space mission for 2 years. He says he's really worried about how to break the news to Navine. Both of them are a bit stressed because Mills has never been away from home for that long, and he's only doing this to save up money for Navine's treatment since she's dealing with some kind of illness. After that, Mills goes over to Navine and starts teaching her how to whistle. Right then, Navine says she knows he's leaving and that she's the reason why. But Mills comforts her, saying he won't be gone for too long, and they make some great memories together before his trip. A while later, Mills is on his mission. Everything is going perfectly fine. But then suddenly, one night, while all the scientists are asleep inside the spaceship, it accidentally flies into an area full of asteroids. Mills gets an alarm signal immediately, and at that same moment, the ship starts crashing into space rocks. Their ship is heavily damaged. Mills tries his best to get control of the failing systems, but unfortunately, he doesn't succeed. With no other choice, he has to make an emergency landing, and on an unknown planet at that. Now the spaceship snaps into 2 pieces as it crashes down, and before losing consciousness, the only thing Mills sees is memories of his daughter. A bit later, Mills wakes up and pulls a piece of iron out of his stomach. Then he starts treating his wounds. He puts his spacesuit back on and gives the ship a good look over. That's when he realizes several essential parts of the spaceship are missing. Mills grabs a weapon for safety and jumps out of the ship. As soon as he gets out, he sees the bodies of his entire crew. He's absolutely stunned by the sight. After that, he panics and sends a signal back to his home planet, then takes off his spacesuit. The surprising thing is that the planet's atmosphere is actually breathable. Mills isn't having any trouble, but seeing his whole crew dead has completely broken him inside. He's totally lost the will to live, but then thinking about his family stops him. He starts watching some videos sent by his daughter, which brings tears to his eyes. Moments later, Mills gets a signal on his system and immediately runs toward that spot with a look of hope. Soon, he finds the missing part of the spaceship where he sees a little girl is still alive. Mills pulls the unconscious girl out and carries her back toward the remaining parts of the ship. But then on the way, he sees a massive footprint on the wet ground that totally confuses him, and right then, we find out something shocking. The planet Mills landed on isn't some random place, it's actually Earth. But this is 65 million years ago, back when dinosaurs used to rule our planet. The next day, Mills starts trying to find the part of the spaceship that has the emergency craft inside, but his scanner can't detect it. So he starts trying to figure out the surrounding area. And then he finds the skeletal remains of a huge creature that looks like it died recently. Suddenly, a blast of hot water shoots up from the ground, and as he moves forward, he sees a flash of light from a distance. He scans the area and quickly realizes the other part of the spaceship is lying on the other side of the mountain. At that exact moment, a small dinosaur suddenly attacks Mills, but he easily overpowers the animal and kills it. As Mills is heading back to the ship, he hears some noises coming from the jungle, but it turns out to be the same girl whose life he saved the night before. Mills tries to go near her, but the girl starts running as soon as she sees him. Mills calls out to her and chases after her, and during this, they both slide down a slope and fall. They come to a stop right next to a dinosaur carcass. Suddenly, they hear a deep roar and see a massive dinosaur heading their way, forcing them both to run for their lives. Back at the spaceship, Mills starts treating the girl's wounds and asks for her name, but the girl replies in a language that Mills just can't understand. He checks the ship's passenger list and finds out her name is Koa, which the girl confirms. Then Mills realizes there's only one way to leave the planet, and that's to find the emergency spacecraft sitting on top of the mountain. Since the girl doesn't understand his language, Mills makes some drawings, and those drawings finally help her understand what's going on. The girl also makes a drawing to ask about her parents. To this, Mills says they are also on that same mountain. He also starts talking to her about family. After that, Mills records a new message saying he's found a survivor and that they desperately need help. In the other room, Koa finds the video messages Navine sent to her dad and starts watching them with excitement. It turns out Mills had finished his mission and was finally heading home after 2 years when the ship crashed. The early messages were really nice, but slowly Navine started looking troubled by her illness and how much she missed her father. Before Koa could finish the videos, Mills arrived and shut them off. He strictly told her not to watch them. After that, Mills grabbed some small bombs, and they both head into the jungle filled with dangerous creatures. During the trek, Koa sees something glowing in the sky, but doesn't pay much attention to it. A bit later, she finds some berries in the woods and starts teasing Mills by throwing them at him. Mills puts a berry into the scanner and finds out they're poisonous. So Mills scolds the girl and tells her not to play with them. Koa understands him immediately. A while later, they both see a small dinosaur stuck in the mud, and Koa immediately runs to save it despite Mills telling her not to. However, Mills eventually joins her, and together they free the animal from the swamp. But that dinosaur doesn't get very far because a pack of predators suddenly attacks and tears it apart. Seeing this brutal world, Koa gets scared and starts crying. So Mills quickly grabs her and hides her behind a nearby rock so the predators don't notice them. After those dangerous animals leave, Mills and Koa continue their journey and soon reach the bank of a small river. When their water bottle runs out, Mills tells Koa to fill it from the river because it's clean. He says it won't kill them. Koa listens to him and starts filling the water. During this, Mills watches her affectionately. He starts missing his daughter. Later, Koa brings a flower with the water and tries to put it in Mills' hair. Mills refuses at first, saying this is stuff women wear, but when he sees Koa getting sad, he finally gives in. They keep moving, but then Mills loses the way to the other part of his spaceship, so he decides to climb a tree to scan the area again. He finds the ship, but suddenly a swarm of forest bugs crawls onto his hand. When he tries to shake them off, he loses his balance and comes crashing down. This badly injures his shoulder. The funny thing is, on this planet full of dinosaurs, it was the bugs that did the most damage. Groaning in pain, Mills stumbles back to the tree, but at that moment, a pack of dangerous dinosaurs reaches them. Now Mills tells Koa to put her foot on his arm so he can pop his shoulder back into place. This makes his pain much better. Then as he moves forward, he starts shooting at the dinosaurs. But when he realizes there are too many of them, he tells Koa to run away to stay safe. Koa runs off immediately and hides near a tree trunk. While Mills keeps throwing bombs at the dinosaurs, Koa hears the sound of gunshots. But then she realizes the dinosaurs have surrounded her. The poor girl tries to run for her life, but the dinosaurs keep chasing her and soon get very close. Just when the girl has lost all hope, Mills shows up and guns them all down. Unfortunately, one dinosaur survives and starts dragging Koa toward the jungle. Mills immediately chases it, fires his gun to scare the animal, and somehow saves Koa's life. This whole event really scared the little girl. Now, because of the language barrier, he can't talk to her, but he sits near her anyway to give her courage. After a while, it starts getting dark. Mills starts teaching Koa how to whistle with her hands, exactly how he used to teach his daughter. Then both of them set out on their journey again. After walking for a bit, they find a cave where they decide to spend the night. There, Mills sets up motion sensors so he can know about any nearby threats ahead of time. Then he checks his other device and finds out that the asteroid he crashed into was nothing. A much bigger asteroid is heading straight for Earth. This news really worries him, but then Koa distracts him. She shows Mills that she took the cassette containing Nevine's video messages. Mills gets angry at Koa for taking the cassette without asking. When Koa gets sad because of this, Mills plays the recording to make her happy again. Both of them feel happy seeing Nevine again in the middle of this tough time. Later, when Mills is trying to sleep, he remembers his wife Alia calling to tell him that Nevine died in the hospital, and remembering this makes him burst into tears. That night, the motion sensors suddenly go off, waking Mills up. He goes to Koa, who is sleeping, but she's foaming at the mouth. Seeing this, Mills gets worried. He quickly opens Koa's mouth and sees a bug inside, which he very carefully pulls out. But the danger hasn't passed because a massive dinosaur has entered the cave. Mills immediately fires and injures one of the animal's eyes. After that, the angry dinosaur starts breaking the cave. So, he takes Koa and runs into the deeper part of the cave where the big predator won't be able to fit. Now Mills uses his device to quickly find a way out, but then several small dinosaurs appear in front of him, and they're very dangerous. So they both run even deeper. Soon they hit a dead end. Feeling frustrated, Mills starts trying to dig through the cave to make it bigger, but it's not easy. Hours pass by in that same spot, but Koa turns out to be really stubborn and keeps digging in a desperate attempt to find her family. Seeing this, Mills says, "I lied, stop. Your parents aren't waiting on that mountain." But Koa doesn't understand his language and keeps digging. This makes Mills feel even worse. Then he comes up with a plan and uses small bombs to cause an explosion in the cave. This trick works perfectly. After that, Mills gives Koa some bombs. This is so she can use them if they ever get separated. Then both of them crawl forward through the path. But unfortunately, the explosion caused the rocks to shift, and the cave suddenly starts collapsing. This separates the two of them. Mills starts panicking. He thinks maybe Koa died, but soon he hears the sound of Koa's whistle, which makes him feel a bit relieved. After this, Mills looks for another way out, but on the way, he finds that same big dinosaur he scared off with shots earlier. Because it's so dark, Mills can't see anything clearly, so he activates his device on scanning mode. He realizes the dinosaur's right behind him, and a massive fight breaks out between the two. The dinosaur finds an opening and knocks away Mills' gun, so he doesn't even get a chance to shoot. Taking the chance, the dinosaur starts biting his arm, but Mills somehow pushes it away and tries to reach his scanner. With the help of the scanner, he makes different sounds, and these noises distract the dinosaur. In the meantime, Mills grabs his gun back and blows the dinosaur away. On the other side, Koa finds a large bone while wandering through the jungle and picks it up as a weapon. Koa puts poisonous berries on it and wraps it in a large leaf. Then Koa puts it in her bag and continues her journey. On the other side, Mills finally makes it out of the cave. He sees a glowing object in the sky and scans it with his device. The device tells him that the asteroid hitting Earth will be extremely dangerous. If he wants to survive, he has to get out of here before the collision. Now he only has 12 hours left. A worried Mills sets out to find Koa, and after searching a bit, he hears Koa's scream. Koa is screaming because a dinosaur is heading toward her. Mills immediately runs to save her, but falls into a swamp that slowly starts pulling him in. Meanwhile, Koa hides inside a dried-up tree, which was actually a trap for the dinosaur. As soon as the animal enters, Koa jumps out, blocks the path, and throws small bombs inside, causing a massive explosion that kills the dinosaur. Right then, Koa hears Mills scream, and we see that Mills is sinking in the mud. Only his head is above the swamp. At the very last moment, Koa leans a branch toward him, and with its help, Mills pulls himself out. As soon as he gets out, Mills hugs Koa and thanks her. Then, pointing toward the burning asteroid in the sky, he tells her they have to hurry. After this, both move forward, and as night falls, the sky fills with meteors. Soon they reach a steep cliff, where Mills helps the girl so she can climb up and tie a rope. Then Koa ties a rope to a big rock and throws it down so Mills can climb up too. Finally, both reach the missing part of the spaceship, where Mills starts looking for the emergency aircraft. He breathes a sigh of relief knowing it still works. Just then, they get a message that a rescue spaceship is coming toward them to save them. This makes him even happier. But Koa isn't happy at all because she's looking for her parents and can't find them anywhere. She gets angry at Mills because he lied to her. Suddenly, the sky lights up because meteors are burning as they cut through the thick sky. To comfort the sad girl, Mills starts talking to her about his daughter. He tells Koa that he came on this mission to earn money for her treatment, but she died anyway. Even though Koa doesn't understand his words, she feels Mills' pain and hugs him. At that moment, a small meteorite falls in the nearby jungle, which was one of the pieces of that big asteroid heading toward Earth. Seeing this, both get scared and quickly jump into the emergency aircraft. Just as they prepare to take off, two meteorites suddenly hit the ship. This causes the aircraft to fall down the mountain. During this, Mills passes out, and when Koa tries to take off, the system tells her the aircraft can't launch in this position. Suddenly, a huge dinosaur attacks their aircraft. Mills sees his weapon lying outside, so he unbuckles his belt and runs out to get it. He tries to fire at the dinosaur, but his weapon isn't activated. Things get even worse when a second dinosaur joins the attack. A little while later, the dinosaurs crush the spot where Mills was hiding, leaving him badly injured. He starts feeling very trapped and helpless. Then Koa picks up his device and starts showing him Navine through a live projection. In that video, Navine says how much she loves her father. Seeing this, Mills gets overwhelmed with emotion, while both dinosaurs think the live projection is real and start attacking it. Mills' gun is ready now, and in one shot, he blows away the first dinosaur. But then the second dinosaur spots Koa, who is running the projector from the spaceship. Now it quickly moves toward Koa and flips the spaceship over. Mills attacks the dinosaur continuously with his gun and takes it down, and now he's out of bullets too. But that first dinosaur wasn't dead yet. It starts chasing Mills fast. Mills also runs with all his might, and just when the dinosaur was about to kill him, Koa suddenly stabs the dinosaur's eye with that bone that had poisonous berries on it. The dinosaur starts groaning in pain, and just then, a blast of boiling water hits it, killing it on the spot. After this, both take a sigh of relief and return to the aircraft. They take off immediately. In just a few seconds, a massive asteroid hits the Earth, causing a giant explosion that probably caused the extinction of all dinosaurs. This painful mission basically gave Mills his daughter back in the form of Koa. If you like the video, please hit like and subscribe to the channel.